Welcome YouTubers, back to Sneakers and Up. I am Dante.
And I'm GC. And today we're going to talk about the dark side of the sneaker community. So, in the sneaker community, as you guys may know, those of you guys are hardcore sneakerheads and maybe even people who are just kind of dabbling in sneakers, there's a certain lack of trust that exists. And there's a lot of things that kind of contribute to this lack of trust. So we're going to, get into that today.
Okay? Now, the one lack of trust that we all have, including myself, and I cannot control this, is Raffles.
All right.
Raffles. In case you don't know, raffles are, well, everyone knows what a raffle is.
Right. But a sneaker-related raffle.
Exactly. So stores would hold raffles. You go in, you get a ticket, you get a number, all that kind of fun stuff.
Hold on a second. What's the whole point of a sneaker store having a raffle?
It's supposed to be fair.
But what are they raffling? What's the whole process?
Oh,
or did I cut you off? My bad.
No, it's all good. It's to get it's to get the sneaker, to get a limited edition sneaker, a sneaker that's going to be hard to get. It's basically going to be up in value. So, for example, a lot of places did these. They did those as a raffle. In case you don't know,
flex time.
Boom.
Off-whites, authentic, paid resale, but worth every penny.
So I mean, now we're just going to put it out there so people understand. So we won't say how much you pay, but how much do those go for?
Those go for, I think, $1,200 to $1,400.
Boom.
And
see what I'm talking about.
I paid a lot less than that.
Right, and retail, if I'm not mistaken, was like $225 or $220.
Retail, those joints was only like $150.
No.
Yeah, it's a Presto. Presto's really only run like a little bit over $100.
The second ones were more expensive.
Okay, probably the height, but still.
So, but anyway, so that's the whole point, is to be able to buy that sneaker at retail.
Go ahead, continue.
No, go ahead. So now we're just getting to the rigged part of it.
Yeah, so the way thank you, and sorry for cutting you off. But we're keeping it real, guys. This is,
right.
We flow as we flow.
This is a topic.
Exactly. So the rig raffles, the way the rig raffles work is that basically, let's just say Dante is a store owner or a store manager. He used to be. And not that he was ever did any rig raffle. Let's be clear about that. So I don't want to sully this man's name. So anyways, you have you're a manager at a store, and basically you rig the raffle, meaning that you collect everybody's tickets and let everybody into the raffle. But you basically either have tickets you mark that your friends have, or you don't even pull any of the raffle tickets. You just give the shoes or sell the shoes to your friends or keep them for yourself. So the raffle is rigged because everybody participates, thinking they have a fair chance to get you're blocking Kratos.
My bad.
Everybody has a fair chance to participate in the raffle, but honestly, it's already rigged, so you have no chance of winning.
The other form of rigged raffles, besides getting having your name picked off and everything, kind of the same thing, but now is more current to what we actually do nowadays, is going to be social media rigged raffling.
Yeah. And how social media rig raffling goes is that's a mouthful. Social media rig raffling. Try to say that really fast.
Show me the bro.
Yeah, exactly. Fail. Anyway, so the way the social media rig raffles work, and this is not all of them, but just in some cases, what happens is that I have a sneaker group, maybe just call it, Sneakers and Up group on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And what'll happen is that I'll say, hey, I have, these shoes here, and I got them, whatever, and I'm gonna raffle them off to the group. So everybody in the group pays, let's just say the shoe's $100. So then, or it's worth $100. So then everybody in the group, or 10 people in the group, pay $10 each, right? So then now that's the money for the shoe. So what happens is that all that money goes into a pot, and then Dante, being the group runner or whatever, group owner, group admin, he basically does a raffle on camera. So what can happen is the raffle can be pre-recorded to where he knows how to pick, knows which name to pick. It could be where that in the raffle, the entries are all the same. There's a lot of ways they can do it, even with the randomizer. Some people do a randomizer where they basically put all the names in a thing, and it has the computer website generated randomly. And I've heard of people even manipulating that. So even a randomizer gives actually a certain number. So those are some of the ways that some of the raffles are rigged on Facebook, Instagram, and some of these groups.
Yeah, because I refuse to believe that all the times I've ever signed up for any of the things, I never won nothing.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe that without being rigged. It should be more fair than that.
Yeah, but actually I got some shoes. I got a pair of the Shanghai 5s.
But I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, I entered a few raffles and lost, but I actually won. So my point is that not all raffles are like that, but that is some ways. Some have been exposed for being rigged. So that's just another thing that people, have issues with.
Right, but we're not talking about the fairness of this new community right now. I'm talking about the dark side.
Dark side, that's right.
So now, going from that, I also want to talk about one of the biggest controversies, we'll call it, in the sneaker community, in the sneaker world, and even outside of the sneaker world.
Yep.
Is going to be, and I'm going to start off with fakes.
Yeah.
Now, fakes aren't necessarily fake sneakers in general. They are sneakers that are not released through the brand. So basically,
that is a huge controversy.
Yes, it is. So, because you have both sides of the coin. So you have people. Basically, let me dive a little bit more. So a lot of the story behind it is a lot of these sneakers are made in the same factories, same materials, same everything, but they're just not sold through Nike for $225 or 200 whatever. They're sold for less, 130, 120, 150 bucks, making it just slightly more affordable for somebody. Now, what are your views on fakes in the sneaker world, in the world in general?
Okay, so you have different levels of fakes. You have, like you said, you have fakes that could be considered the same exact shoe that's made in the factory that Nike has contracted. And by the way, if you guys don't already know this, Nike doesn't make their own shoes. They contract independent contractors, and they probably use the same one or same few over in China and Vietnam and a couple other places to actually make the shoe. So what happens is Nike gives, Chinese company X the mold that makes the shoe. And then Chinese company X makes, 1,000, a million pairs of the shoes for Nike, right? And then they, Nike puts their branding on all that stuff. And then Nike gets the distribution and sends it to Foot Locker, so on and so forth. But the same thing, what can happen is Chinese store X keeps that mold and makes more. Or they make a bunch more and tell Nike, oh, these are damaged. And then they sell those, out the back door on their own thing.
Or they sell the mold.
Or they sell the mold,
or
exactly.
The mold,
I didn't even know about selling the mold, so that's something I learned.
Yeah, or you could sell the mold too.
Gotcha. So the thing is that some people consider anything that's not officially from Nike a fake. And for me, it's like, I don't really know. I don't really, have a set opinion on that, because the thing is that how do you prove that it's actually made from the same mold in the exact same factory? Because the thing is, people talk about all this stuff, but very rarely have you ever seen any footage of them showing the shoe coming out of the factory. Right. There's also fakes that are truly fakes, like someone who just tried
SpongeBob.
Exactly. Someone who tried, I don't get the SpongeBob reference, but that's okay. I don't have kids, so that's
the Barack Obama Air Force Ones.
Okay.
SpongeBob Dub Zeros.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So that might be a whole nother topic, because those, like, the most ridiculous fakes is gonna be something we
those are crazy.
Yeah, man. Look those up on do it Google search. Do your Google.
We'll see if we can try and get like a picture of it.
So then the other thing, like I said, is that there's truly fakes that are like not even made by Nike, not someone just is attempting to make it the actual shoe. So those shoes, it's like, I'm like, come on, bro, what are you doing? Those just look terrible. So that's a different kind of fake. But one thing I also want to talk about, this is not really the dark side, but it actually is the dark side, is that when someone who can't afford a pair of shoes,
right,
they buy the fakes. And the thing is that that's not dark at all. There's nothing dark about that. But I think the dark side is what happens when people make fun of somebody. So say someone who can't afford the Curry ones here, which might be like worth $200 or $150 or whatever, and they got them, and someone else sees that the shoes and can tell that they're fake, and then they're giving them a hard time. That's where I have a problem. That's kind of the dark side, because some people can't afford certain things. So if, like Dante said, you're trying to pretend like these are the authentics and you're trying to stunt, then I can see why people might get mad. But giving someone a hard time because they have a fake pair just because they like the shoe, that's what I think is pretty dark.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that one. 100%, because it all kind of stems back to bullying.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is.
It all stems back to bullying. The reason why the fake sneakers are being bought is because you don't want to get bullied or picked on for not having J's, because everybody else got J's because maybe your parents can't afford them.
Yeah.
So your parents go out and buy you the $50, $60, $70 knockoff because J's are $190 now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I got a lot of pair of sneakers, but I mean that doesn't justify the price.
No, not at all. I just had a thought about someone buying fakes, and people want to make fun of someone or might want to make fun of somebody because they have fakes. But if you think about it for a second, maybe that person, has money, but in their mind, it makes no sense to spend $300, $400, $200 on a pair of shoes. So they'd rather save that money, buy the fakes, have you laugh at them while they're rolling in a Ferrari or they have a nice house, because they're actually saving their money, investing it, instead of buying shoes every week and spending all that money and throwing it away just for social media likes and all that kind of stuff. So the thing is that, before you point the finger at somebody, you might want to think, well, maybe they're actually smarter.
Honestly, are they the smarter person? Give us
Yeah.
your comments on that one.
Yeah.
Think about it. Is it smart to pay $190 for a sneaker, or is it smart to pay $130 for a sneaker?
Right.
You're saving $60 plus tax,
Mhm.
or whatever the price is, but
Right.
you're saving that money. And I mean, in 2 weeks or however many pairs of sneakers you buy,
Mhm.
that, you know what I mean, in a month that could be $500.
Yeah. So,
So-
like, you know, if you're, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, just let me know what you think. Let me know what you feel. I'm
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell the audience this video is getting a little bit long, so let's
Yeah, we
you
have
know
to cut
kind
down a
of
little bit.
wrap it up. We could talk about eBay and a bunch of other stuff, but we're a little short on time.
Right.
We know the attention span of people out there sometimes. They're like, come on guys, wrap it up, B. So
Right, so all right then, we'll go ahead and end it there, but please, we will be checking the comments. Give us any of your feedback. We can continue to talk about it on there. I was going to say justify, but we're not really justifying it.
no, not at all.
Yeah, we're not justifying it. We're just
You
giving
be
up
you.
our perception of it. So please, feel free, hit us up, let us know what you think. Tell us that we are completely BSing the whole thing, only rocking legit pairs sold from Foot Locker or whatever. Or let us know if you think that it's okay sometimes. I do want some SpongeBob ones though.
Yeah, I gotta go do my Googles and see what the SpongeBob one.
I'm gonna look at the dance and I'm gonna do the SpongeBob wearing SpongeBob's.
And on that note, guys, it's time to wrap up this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget also, if you like what we're talking about, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like. No obligation, but if you like what we're talking about, do that. So thanks guys for your time, and we are out.
See you.